All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. Things have changed for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investors in the US going into 2021. And this has everything to do with the recent allegations, the recent charges brought against one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, BitMEX, as well as their owners who now face criminal charges. The CFTC is charging BitMEX with attempting to evade US regulations. And if you've been in the space, we knew that BitMEX was unregulated. A lot of us saw this coming. But the much bigger news here, and this is some perspective from cryptocurrency lawyer Jake Chervinsky, but the much bigger news here, as I stated before, is the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Southern District of New York has indicted Americans for this, Arthur Hayes and colleagues, on criminal charges for Bank Secrecy Act violations. The maximum penalty is 5 years in prison. Let me share with you the facts that we know thus far. I want to pull a few passages from the direct document from the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, as well as the on-chain data. So if you hold Bitcoin, we're going to talk about what this means for you going into 2021. Hit the like button and let's jump in. According to a statement released Thursday, the CFTC filed a civil enforcement action in the Southern District of New York against 5 entities and 3 individuals who allegedly own and operate the exchange. As I stated, the individuals were the leadership for BitMEX. And here's the first issue. Cryptocurrency is global. Thus, spot exchanges, derivatives exchanges like BitMEX, they're global. And looking just in the top 5, we recognize all these. Binance, BitMEX, OKX, Bybit, FTX. These are the 5 doing the most 24-hour volume. Well, then why is BitMEX the only one getting in trouble right now? Well, while they are based in Seychelles, which is off of East Africa, very easygoing place in terms of regulation and compliance, they are the only derivatives exchange, that has a CEO and leadership born in America. Yes, Arthur Hayes right now supposedly lives in Hong Kong, but they were born in America. And thus, it's way easier for regulatory bodies to go after U.S. citizens. I'm sure they'd love to go after all heads of unregistered derivatives exchanges, but they can't. Where would they send the filings to? Now, is this good? Is this bad? What does this mean for you? Well, to find that out, let's read a direct passage from the CFTC's press release from Chairman Heath Tarbert, who makes a surprisingly bullish statement. Digital assets hold great promise for our derivatives markets and for our economy. For the United States to be a global leader in this space, it is imperative that we root out illegal activity like that alleged in this case. So they are for cryptocurrency and digital assets if you comply with U.S. regulation. And many speculate this is all leading to an inevitable Bitcoin ETF, supposedly coming in 2021, because he finishes the quote, "New and innovative financial products can flourish only if there is market integrity. We cannot allow bad actors that break the law to gain an advantage over exchanges that are doing the right things by complying with our rules." So I do support this statement in theory. It's unfortunate that U.S. exchanges, even though this is based in Seychelles, are sort of held back as other exchanges don't have to operate within the U.S. regulations. And by the way, I know regulation is a dirty word here in cryptocurrency, but I'm for more regulations that protect you and me. I want some basic protections that assure me that these exchanges aren't trading against their users, right? When they see everybody go long, they'll manipulate the market and short. I want less regulations for us, but more regulations, just basic ones to protect the user. If you agree, if you disagree, comment below. Let's get some discussion going. BitMEX is on record. They are fighting these charges. We strongly disagree with the U.S. government's heavy-handed decision to bring these charges and intend to defend the allegations vigorously. This is from parent company HDR Global Trading. They say, "From our early days as a startup, we have always sought to comply with applicable U.S. laws as those laws were understood at the time and based on available guidance." Now, BitMEX wasn't registered in the U.S., and while I've never used them, I hear they didn't make it that hard for US residents to use the platform. Looking at Bitcoin's price today, we took a minor dip. Really, it's mainly these altcoins that are somewhat draining out, somewhat draining back into Bitcoin, and BitMEX users are getting a little spooked. Now, according to the data, around 170,000 Bitcoin, 1.8 billion, are being held in BitMEX wallets. That's almost 1% of the Bitcoin supply. That was over a day ago. Looking at the data today, almost 40,000 Bitcoin have been withdrawn thus far. They're spooked a little bit. I would say this is bearish for BitMEX, bullish for the future, because fundamentally the market may be a little spooked, but for all the wrong reasons. You see, BitMEX did not get hacked, no traders lost their coins. It's just that futures exchanges are now forced to clean up their practices a little bit, which inevitably is a bullish thing. We will see less volatility, less scam wicking, more spot volumes, which is better, more organic moves, and more institutional money. You see, according to Willy Woo, on-chain fundamentals are strong, money is coming into Bitcoin. It's just these derivatives exchanges this year have been keeping the price a little suppressed. Now that the CFTC has just announced they're turning the volume down on unregulated derivatives exchanges and their dominance on price, BTC is potentially going to pop. Let me know what you think, but next piece of news for NFTs. Are social tokens the next big thing? And in this case, social tokens mean NFTs for creators and influencers. Let me share with you 2 examples. First off, big piece of news being picked up by Yahoo, the NBA is getting into NFTs. This is a story we've been keeping you updated on over the last few months. Announced Thursday, Dapper Labs is rolling out its blockchain-based collectible game, NBA Top Shop, to the public, and this is backed by the National Basketball Association, the NBA, and you can get it through them, and it will also be available to US-based Samsung users on the Galaxy App Store. And this will get a lot of sports fans asking the question, what are NFTs? Because this is built using non-fungible tokens, NFTs, minted on the purpose-built Flow blockchain. Top Shop lets users collect, showcase, and trade in-game moments, which capture moves made on the real court. So instead of basketball cards, you can capture moments, and you can own them, you can trade them. For instance, a user can purchase a moment based on a James Harden dunk and showcase it, sell it, or swap it for, say, a Steph Curry three-pointer. Nobody can duplicate it, nobody else, like I said, can own it, and the platform already has a lot of beta users. The platform has managed to build a strong following under an invitation-only beta, rolled out in May after scoring financial backing from a handful of NBA stars. The platform has since invited 17,000 users on board, recorded over 158,000 transactions, and raked in over $2 million in revenue. Now, we've seen how big basketball cards can get. This could potentially be just as big/bigger. If you've ever traded basketball cards, would you trade this? Would you own this? Let me know down below. Next piece of news, again, are social tokens, the next big thing. Well, Grammy award-winning artist releases an Ethereum token. Check this out. This is Andre Anjos. I don't know him, but he is a Portland musician, better known as Rack to his fans, and he has just launched a new community token called Rack. Now, how does this benefit musicians, and will he have the SEC breathing down his neck for creating this? Well, it benefits him because artists like Anjos have long had to rely on third-party intermediaries like platforms and agents to make a living in an unforgiving industry. Now with his Rack token, he can just deal directly with the fans. In a direct quote, "I have been fascinated with crypto for years and its application beyond currencies, and believe it can create a new paradigm for creative ownership directly between artists and their communities." So this is an NFT built on Ethereum, and Anjos is also working with Zora, which is a marketplace to buy, sell, and trade limited edition goods launched as tokens, so NFTs, and now he is preaching the benefits to his millions of fans. Now it's interesting, I don't know what the SEC will think of this, but because he is from Portland, I don't know where he resides now, but you can't directly buy these tokens. At Genesis, there will be 10 million Rack. the vast majority of which will be distributed over time to active fans. And buying rack isn't possible, but those who want in on the new token can earn their place via a number of different methods. So to get it, you can be one of his Bandcamp supporters, you can buy his merchandise, you can be a Patreon supporter. So indirectly, you are paying for these tokens. But hey, I believe this will probably be the first of many artists wanting to take their own sovereignty, their own career into their own hands with their fans. Okay, that's the video. By the way, I know a lot of you watched the clip from our video yesterday about Bitcoin stock to flow model. If you want to watch the full interview, get some perspective on Bitcoin from CEO of Swan, Corey Clipston. He's a Bitcoin maximalist. He shares his views. Make sure you check out this full interview. We just dropped it this morning. Really valuable information. But anyway, I'll let you go. See you tomorrow.